other than your own concoction that the 12-year-old victim had made up previous attacks, was emotionally unstable, sought the company of older men, and fantasized about it, and she was from a dysfunctional, or as you call it, disorganized family. You blame the victim and you laugh about it. You take a bow and you laugh that you gamed the system, proudly announcing that you got the rapist 2 months instead of 30 years to life. And you want us to believe that you're going to protect us? Hillary, although some of those files in the case were destroyed, what wasn't destroyed was the victim's memory. She says that you took her through hell, that she had never been attacked before, that she was a 12-year-old virgin, that she spent 5 days in a coma and months recovering from the beating that accompanied her rape. She says that you're a liar. She says that if you become president, she fears you won't tell the world the truth. But in pure Clinton fashion, in your book, Living History, you talk about this case and how difficult it was for you, torn because of the emotional and the ethical issues, and that you set up an Arkansas rape hotline because of it. Interesting, though, no mention of that hotline on the tapes at the time. And you trumpet yourself as a crusader, saying that you've had to use your voice to tell stories that wouldn't be heard unless you told them. What's that, Hillary? Your job was to represent a defendant to the best of your ability? You're right. As a judge, I've assigned many lawyers like you to represent the worst of the worst. But it's totally another thing to laugh about gaming the system, to laugh that your client gamed the lie detector, trashing a victim, laughing about a 12-year-old raped by 2 men. How can we expect a woman as cold and calculating as you to be a protector of all Americans? I want a woman president, but not you. And that's my open. You're not going to want to miss my second open later in the show when I take on the Boston bomber and my old friend, Jihad Imam. Tell me what you think on my Facebook page or Twitter at Judge Janine, #open. And with me now...
Boy, woo-wee, she gave her what for?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, man. She's got a way with words. Okay, Roland, you're first.
Yes, that's a hard act to follow, and I'm not going to even get near it because she's fantastic. And God, do we need her in public office to help us? I just love her to death, and she's so spot on and smart and articulate. But what I would like to talk about is, we have talked about our Congress and their do-nothing Congress. Well, I'm seeing a little glimpse of light with Congress now. Obama, big shot Obama, was going to veto anything to do with his agreement with Iran. Well, that fell in a heap. Why? Because the Senate got together and voted 19-0 that they wanted something to say about it, and nothing would be approved without their approval in the Senate. And over on the House side, the same thing. They've got 7 bills up to restrict the president's ability to do things in Iran. And that's the way our Constitution was brought up and raised. And when we think about the Constitution, we got to think that there's 3 branches, and they're all supposedly equal branches. And Obama is just was trying to do. So this is a glimmer. And, of course, having these votes, it's bipartisan. So there's a little hope there. And if we're going to do anything to help our country right this moment, it's through Congress. It's not through the executive branch. So that was very encouraging to me, and I've had people talk to me about it on Facebook, and I thought that would be a good subject to bring up. But back on just one comment about Judge Janine, that she is so articulate and says it like it is. There's none of this what's politically proper or anything like that. She just tells the truth, tells it like it is. And I think that clip group, we should play it at least every other week, for sure. Anyway, that's basically what I had to say. And I was trying to look on my list to see who was next. You got it,
Teresa.
I think
Teresa?
That would be me. I love Judge. She says what we're all thinking, and she doesn't worry about whatever anybody else thinks. And I usually always agree with her, and she just points out all the things we've all been saying of Hillary's history of dishonesty and corruptness, and she's in no way should be the leader of this nation. We need somebody, some honesty, and someone that cares about America and not just their self, All she cares about is building her own pocketbook. She doesn't care about the state she leads us in. She wants to continue the failed policies of Barack Obama. She's as leftist as he is. And I just couldn't agree more with the judge. How about you, Mary?
Well, I love Judge Janine. Wouldn't she make a wonderful Attorney General?
Oh,
or
yeah.
a member of the Supreme Court? I mean, she knows the law, and she's not afraid to say, she's not afraid to talk. But what bothers me, when they were talking about this 12-year-old, how they made her this girl who was like flashing it all. When did statutory rape not take precedence? He was 41, she was 12, and I was so proud of Judge Janine for bringing that out, that they slaughtered her with slander and trash. And is that what we want running our country? Somebody who has no problem slandering anybody and everybody that's in her way. And that's what I have to say about it.
Yeah, she wants us to believe she would protect women. Isn't it funny that when they talk about protecting women's rights, it always has to do with their reproductive organs? Like, that's the only thing that matters to us.
Right.
We're not smart enough to be worried about the financial and the foreign policy, and it's irritating.
Well, let's play this little clip that's paying homage to Hillary.
I like big butts. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get...
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in your face, yes. Oh, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
She's sweat, wet, got it going like a turbo vet.
So, fellas.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Has your girlfriend got the butt?
Hell yeah.
So shake it.
Shake it.
Shake it.
Shake it.
Shake that nasty butt.
Baby got back.
One more time from the top. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers.
Rachel, please, that is so inappropriate.
Oh, no, it's not. it's not inappropriate, huh, Mona?
Ruh-roh. That is right. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Poor Hillary. She's had problems with her weight and her. Well, of course, the part of her body that the media always talked about was her thighs. And I guess she's got a big behind and a big thighs. So I wanted to say something about Judge Janine real quick, since this segment is a little bit short. Judge, it is amazing to me how God puts people in the place they need to be at the time they need to be there. Judge Janine actually ran for office in New York, I believe, and for Attorney General, as I recall, and she lost that race. But what happened was she became a commentator on the news, and had her own show,
And she has been more effective in that role than she ever would have been as an attorney general in New York. So God took care of putting her where she needed to be to spread the message to all of us in the style that all of us love, because she says it just like it is. And for that, I am always grateful that, wow, God can step in and just make the things different.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. Well, we have about 2 minutes until we need to take a break, and I just want to say that while making fun of people isn't kind, when you put yourself out there as a candidate for a major office, you make yourself a target. And anybody who has ever run for office understands that once you put your name on that dotted line and they advertise that you're going to be a candidate, then you are fodder for anything. And you have to be thick-skinned, and this president is not thick-skinned because everything hurts his feelings and offends him. And Hillary has learned kind of the art about that. And she's one of those people that seems to have thick skin, and maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But we poke fun at her partly because she's gotten away with so many lies, and she's gotten away with so many bodies in her wake. But we do have people who are waking up to the fact. And we do have some interesting things in our lives about what's going on with her. Now, I've got this little soundbite I want to play for you real quick, and we're going to play this. It's just a short thing, and I want you to hear this as she's joking about her emails.
But I am well aware that some of you may be a little surprised to see me here tonight. You know, my relationship with the press has been, at times, shall we say, complicated. And when Peter asked if I wanted to spend an evening with a room full of political reporters, I thought to myself, what could possibly go wrong? It didn't take long to accept, but then, of course, I've been ruminating about it. But I am all about new beginnings. A new grandchild, another new hairstyle, a new email account. Why not a new relationship with the press? So here goes. No more secrecy. No more zone of privacy. After all, what good did that do me? But first of all, before I go any further, if you look under your chairs, you'll find a simple non-disclosure agreement. My attorneys drew it up. Old habits last. But I am certainly aware that public figures can't complain about coverage we don't like if we don't give credit where credit is certainly due. And that's why I'm here.
Well, I sat down to pay my bills today. It was nearly an impossible feat. Had to wrestle with myself, no holds barred, just to make my two ends meet. What the plumber charged to fix my pipes was incredibly mind-numbing, but it wasn't as bad as the doctor's bill to check out all my personal plumbing. I've got those out-of-sight tuition, skyrocketing oil, simply exploding healthcare, ever-rising taxes, ongoing inflation. Where the hell's my money gone, blues? Maybe I should be a vegetarian, considering the high price of meat. Or live in an igloo like an Eskimo, 'cause that would cut the cost of heat. I'll be a green commuter and drive a motor scooter, fearless on the high-speed highway, wearing fatigues from Army Navy They don't show stains from gravy, and they last until Judgment Day. I've got those out of sight tuition skyrocketing